Ladies and gentlemen, what you just saw was a clear demonstration of overreacting. That's what we're going to be dealing with today. Am I overreacting? Let's take a look. Am I overreacting? I think my significant other has the worst style ever. And then we get these leprechaun shoes. You know what this looks like immediately, dude, is the berries and cream guy. I'm just getting full little lad vibes here. Just some vibes like this here. Straight up Pilgrim, dude. Freaking Pilgrim. So my significant other said they were going shopping for new shoes and sends me this picture. Like, when we first started dating, their style was pretty normal or average, but recently they started purchasing the most outlandish gear. You know what, dude? When I was in high school, I would look at r/men's fashion advice or male fashion advice. I'm sure it's not like this, but the vibe gives me that, you know, just like everybody's wearing a suit or whatever. But this is back in the day. At first I thought they were trying to be funny or something, like buying a silly shirt and wearing it out once to get a couple laughs, but now it's an ongoing thing. Has anyone else ever been in a situation like this? How should I approach it? I mean, these shoes are out of hand. I never agreed to date a pilgrim. Yeah, I mean, wouldn't it suck to date somebody and they're completely, you know, seemingly normal, and then they start having these like artistic expressions of self, which is totally fine, but it makes them look like a leprechaun everywhere you go. But here's what's probably happening, right? This guy is getting a lot of positive reinforcement whenever they go out. You know, a lot of times people will say, hey, I like your blank, as a way to say, hey, I notice your blank. But I see a guy like this, and every time he goes out, somebody is saying, hey man, I like your shoes, or hey, nice shoes, you know, and he takes that literally. And he's like, wow, people like, maybe I'm fashion forward. When really, they're just acknowledging that he has a different look. And maybe some of them do like it. Maybe some of them do sincerely enjoy this little leprechaun situation. But yeah, this being your partner, I think it's worth talking about. You know, is it a deal breaker? No. I mean, you know, people dress in goofy stuff all the time, especially if you live in LA. You know, people will be rocking this unironically. But this is a crazy fit, though. It literally does look like a costume. I'm pretty sure I've worn this before. But let's see. Let's see what people are saying. So nice of him to show you his new uniform before he goes off to work at the North Pole. His? Are we assuming the significant other in question is a male? The ankles are so dainty, and the high red socks? I was 1,000% picturing this with a mini black dress or something, and was thinking it's not so bad, but this is a whole plot twist. Yeah, no, I knew this was a guy. I think it's a guy. Yeah, no, I think this is a dude, man. Okay, but are you actually looking for advice or just want joke responses? Have you talked to them, and what did they say? If not, that's the first step. It's not about, I don't agree to date a pilgrim. It's more, hey, I've noticed you've been changing your style a lot. Why is that? I think that's a good question. Just, you know, fishing for information. Be like, hey, what's making you want to do this? Is there something going on? You know, do you feel like you're not getting enough? This is clearly a attention-seeking behavior a little bit. I mean, like, you know, getting new shoes or a new, you know, tracksuit or like a new jacket or something or a different hairstyle. Like, yeah, that could be for the person. And that could be for, you know, yeah, I want to feel more attractive and whatever that is. That's totally fine. But then you get something like this going on, and that's like a different thing. It's like, I'm going to wear a Shrek costume when I go out to the bar tonight. Under the guise of, I think it's fun, it's funny, you know. But then, you know, the root of it is like, I want people to come up and talk to me and ask me like, hey, what the hell is going on? You know? Yeah, I don't know. This guy needs attention. Let's see this. I dated a chick once that genuinely liked outlandish, tacky clothing. If they have the confidence to pull it off, I don't care what someone wears. I just never get embarrassed of what other people are wearing, unless we're talking about something that's just situationally inappropriate. Yeah, wear that at a funeral, dude. Obviously you wouldn't. When it could be considered offensive, I'd be exhausted if other people's outfits embarrassed me. I can only worry about my own stuff. I don't have the capacity to worry about someone else's outfit too. Good luck talking them out of the shoes. I find them weirdly interesting and wouldn't be that put off seeing someone else wear them. That's a cool attitude. Confidence really makes an outfit work, and worrying about others' clothes is just extra stress nobody needs. Yeah, I'm mostly similar. I don't really worry about what other people wear around me or anything like that because look, I have the same 5 shirts in every video I ever do. I found one good manufacturer that does my t-shirts, and I buy from them all the time, and I only wear like 5 colors. Like, I'm not here to judge anybody's outfit. I never grew up with that being important. In fact, if somebody wears something like Supreme or whatever, I hate to say this, but I do judge them almost negatively, and I don't want to. It just makes me go, oh, this type of aesthetic is important to you. I'm going to categorize you as somebody who enjoys wearing Supreme and likes these, you know, showy things, and that's going to change my opinion of you, not for the better, which is unfortunate. I don't want to be that guy. You know, I'm sure they're nice people, but different people place important things on different things, and I try to come from an accepting and understanding mindset. However, these are leprechaun shoes, dude. I hope that this person follows the rainbow and finds the gold that they're looking for. All right, next. By the way, today's video was brought to you by Exter, specifically the Exter Wallet Pro, the next-gen Italian leather smart wallet of the future. I mean, just look at this metal card ejector trigger, dude. It's super satisfying for quick, smooth retrieval of your cards. It is safe with RFID protection. It has a lifetime warranty, and also, I'm a guy with ADHD, so I lose my wallet constantly, and I've tried AirTag wallets, but they sit kind of bulky in my back pocket. This wallet has like a super slim finder card in the back, so if I lose it somewhere, I can just use Find My and hit this button on my phone. And be able to locate my wallet in seconds. It also alerts you via push notification if you get too far away from it. Exter also has something super unique. It is the Travel Pack Vacuum Kit. It's a space-saving solution for travelers who want to pack more without bulking up their bags. It comes with this cute little USB-C powered pump to help you compress about 15 items of clothing per bag. Super helpful for optimizing your travels. So if you know somebody who might dig it or you just want to upgrade your gear, you can get up to 45% off for their fall sale using my code ThrasherPlus and clicking the link in the description below. So check it out. And a big thanks again to Exter. Now back to the video. Am I overreacting for breaking up over this? You're literally so oblivious to surroundings, LOL. What did I miss now? LOL. That guy on the train, he was staring at you the whole time, like an hour, and you didn't even notice? Oh, that? No, I did notice. Question mark, question mark. And you didn't care some dude was staring at you like that? Okay, what is she gonna do? Hey, stop staring! Hey, knock it off! I mean, you could do that. But some people just avoid this type of conflict. And also, guys are unpredictable. Strange men can be unpredictable. Why does she have to confront that guy? And you didn't care some dude was staring at you like that? Yeah, not the first time I've been stared at. I was minding my own business. What, do you want me to fight him? Jesus, blank. He was literally undressing you with his eyes. And you smiled at him? Like, what the F was that? Hey, you ever heard of a diffusion tactic? A lot of people out there, unfortunately, have adopted behaviors or strategies to diffuse what could be a dangerous situation. And I say unfortunately because it's unfortunate that this has to happen in the first place. But if you're an attractive woman on a subway or whatever, from my understanding, and not that, I'm a woman or have lived this experience, it's a big deal that a lot of women all the time are just kind of doing what they can to sort of get through the moment so they can get off safely. It's like girls will a lot of times give a guy their phone number, their real phone number, and then just block them because it's like easier to do that than it is to say, oh, I'm not interested. Oh, I'm not attracted to you, blah, 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 especially if you're alone, because it could be a dangerous situation. There's a lot of people a lot of men who can't handle rejection. There's a lot of women also who can't handle rejection, but women aren't as dangerous. Anyway, let's keep reading. Yeah, smiled because he said thank you when I helped him before he was staring at me. Yeah, exactly. You helped him. You smiled at him. You made it easy for him to think you were interested. That's why he was staring. No, I made it easy for him to keep his bag in place, and I smiled because I'm polite, not because I'm in love with him. What are you even saying right now? Blank face. I think when you're micromanaging other people's behaviors like this, you're obviously deeply insecure. You think that they're cheating on you, or you think they're going to. This is not a recipe for success. If you're in a relationship and you feel like you have to point out another person's behavior over and over again, if you're on the doing side of that, where you're pointing out the other person's behavior, it's not fun. It's not something you want to do. It's not a relationship you want to be in. You don't want to keep doing that, right? But being on the receiving end of that is also more so not fun. Because let's say you are with somebody who seemingly, flirts with people. And that's not what I'm saying this is. This is not what that is. This guy is being extremely possessive and stuff. But if we're to do a thought experiment and try to see the world through this somewhat crooked lens that this guy is coming from, why do you want to be in a relationship where you're constantly nagging the other person, where you're constantly trying to correct their behavior? Clearly, you don't trust them. Why? Did you do something that you're projecting now that you don't trust them? Or have they done something in the past that makes you feel this way? Otherwise, if none of those things are true, then you got to work on yourself, homie. You got to work on your insecurities, because this micromanagerial stuff, ultimately, you trust your partner or you don't. Doesn't matter who you're dating, doesn't matter what they do, what you do. If they really wanted to do something bad in the relationship, they could do it at any point. Ultimately, you have to sort of just trust the other person, because if you live your life paranoid, you're going to drive yourself to insanity. You are naive as F. You seriously don't know how men think. You just keep being the sweet little girl and expect not to get stared at like that. Hey, you're being really condescending. You don't need to help a random guy, especially grown-ass men, and smiling? Message was deleted. How are you this clueless? And this guy's heated because he's been sending these messages for 3 minutes straight. That's 3 minutes of pure lava that he's pouring into his phone on this girl. And also, their backdrop is a cute little light floral pattern. It's like throwing a grenade at a puppet show for kids. If I'm talking to this guy, if this guy's a friend of mine, which I would not be friends with this person. I would not want to be friends with this person. I would sit him down and I would go, let's get to the root of this. You don't think that your partner is intelligent enough to be able to deal with a social situation. What do you think she's going to do ultimately? What do you think the guy's going to do? Is it because you're worried for her safety? If you're worried for her safety and you want her to change her behavior because you were sincerely worried for her safety, then that's a conversation you can bring up in a less heated way without calling her naive AF and calling her clueless. Like you're giving her character traits. You know, and the title here says AIO for breaking up over this. No, you're not overreacting. This is the correct thing to do. He's trying to control your behavior, control where your eyes go, control whether or not you smile at certain people. It's the A word, dog. It's abuse. And I could sit here and try to get inside this guy's head because I always try to do that. And a lot of times to a fault. And you guys rightly point that out. Yeah, ultimately, dude, you decide whether or not you want to be treated a certain way. You teach people how to treat you, right? I always say that. Yeah, this is one of those situations you got to get out of there. Okay, stop. I'm not going to be rude to every man for no reason. I wasn't flirting. I didn't invite him. I was just being polite and doing my own thing. I don't enjoy this either. And then he responds with what is a great line. Don't act like victim. So does that mean she's a perpetrator? That is such a red flag phrase. Don't act like a victim. That is like clear manipulator language. I mean, what did you expect? What the F? It's literally consequences of your own actions. Boy, what the F? Are you high? Because genuinely, are you rage baiting me or something? Do you even hear yourself? Consequences of my actions? I smiled at a man for saying thank you. You want me to snarl next time or bite him or what? There it is. You can't handle criticism, so now you're screaming LMAO. Criticism, dude? Do you get into a relationship hoping that you get to freely criticize your partner all the time? Is that what you want? Criticism? Nah, I'm done. You're not my mentor or dad. And then message was deleted. I'm sure he said something crazy. You don't get to lecture me, and you certainly don't get to talk to me this way. Are you effing serious? You are breaking up over this? Over this? You are a joke. You can't even handle an adult conversation. No, this isn't an adult conversation. You're not acting like an adult. Straight A's don't make you smart in real life. You are the best example of that. Straight A's? Okay, so are you guys in high school? Where the hell are you? Oh my God. Op is 16 and he's 18. Oh my God, I can't believe that. Oh my God. Now it makes sense. He's a child. You can't even handle an adult conversation. Straight A's don't make you smart in real life. You're the best example of that. I still found that attractive. No one else is going to put up with it. That is awesome manipulator phrase. No one else will love you. Dog, we have a psycho here. Then we have a time jump here, it seems. I know you probably don't even want to read this, and maybe I don't deserve a reply, but I need you to hear me just once. I didn't mean to make you feel like you did something wrong. You didn't. You were just being kind. You are kind, and I love that about you. What a crazy flip, dude. I was the one who made it ugly, and I hate that I did, but please understand it wasn't because I don't trust you. It's because I can't stand how people look at you, like you're something to stare at. Like they're allowed to take up space in your world even for a second. It eats me alive the way guys look at you because I know how amazing you are, and I know what they're thinking, and I just lost it. I didn't know how to say I'm scared of losing you, so I said every wrong thing instead. I pushed you away when you were doing nothing but being good to me. I know sorry isn't enough, but I mean it. I'm sorry, and I miss you so much. If you'd let me try again, I swear I'll show you I can be better, not just for you, but because you make me want to be. Please don't shut the door completely, please. This takes time. A guy's got to suffer consequences for his actions to be able to actually change, but if he does this and she opens the door back, they'll fall into old habits within a matter of weeks. You know, he's got to actually learn that there are real significant consequences to talking like this to somebody. She's got to leave. You know, and maybe there's a world where this guy can change. It doesn't look good. Anything under a microscope like this looks awful, you know. But, you know, right now, the only way he can learn from this is if she leaves him entirely. The only way he can actually learn from this is if he has an actual consequence to his actions. And then he goes, oh, no, I was being stupid. I was being really stupid, actually. And believe that he was being stupid. Because what he responded here was, you're really not going to say anything, huh? Which is manipulative, obviously. I get it. I do. But it's killing me. I keep replaying everything I said. I sounded insane, like actually insane. And now you won't even look at me, and I feel like I'm going out of my mind. I didn't mean to control you or make you feel small. Well, that's exactly what you did. I care about you so much it comes out wrong. All that anger, it wasn't about the guy. It was fear, jealousy. But underneath that mess, there's me, the version that loves you so much it scares me. Okay, don't love that, right? That sounds like you're on the brink of a mental breakdown. I love you so much it scares me. is language of a guy where you would be like, if I can't have you, no one will. Don't say that to anybody. But underneath that mess, there's me, the version that loves you so much it scares me, and I'd do anything to get you back. You don't have to forgive me now. Just tell me it's not forever, please. There's no amount of words or damage control that you can do to make this situation better. You just got to learn and move on and leave it behind you. A lot of people do dumb stuff, but it's how they deal with the consequences of that actions that determine who they're going to grow up to be, especially when you're young. I'm coming at this from a lens of, this kid is 18, she's 16. I'm giving a lot of context that doesn't exist. Like this is my ADD, right? I'm just like going down all these different streams of thought. If we are to pare all of this down into what is literally happening in front of us right now, he is being emotionally abusive, he's being manipulative, and he's being a piece of crap. And yes, 100,000%, yes, you should break up with him over this. It's not your responsibility to teach him how to be a better person. You got to drop him, and hopefully he learns from his mistakes. And that's all we can say about that. For context, we've been dating for about 6 months. This happened yesterday on a crowded train. I had a seat and was standing by the door. A man in his mid-20s who didn't have a seat either had a heavy bag and asked if he could place it under the seat. I said sure, so I slid it behind my legs. He thanked me, and I smiled. After that, he kept staring at me, but I ignored it. I had my earbuds in and was reading my book, just doing my own thing. We were literally still in our school uniforms. I'm 16, he's 18. We're in the same grade because my teacher made me skip a year when I was younger, and he joined school a bit late. I'm just more confused than anything. I still can't believe this is an argument someone can have. I've said enough about this. Let's see the comments. Not overreacting. First of all, congratulations on standing up for yourself like that. Do not second guess standing up for your own respect and safe space ever. Take that space up even when others wish you wouldn't. I want to be very direct with this. It might not be fun to hear, but it is necessary. This is the behavior of someone who doesn't value women's safety or autonomy. Yesterday, it was an aggressive and angry text, but it will escalate if you continue to interact with him. Show these messages to a couple trusted adults and cut ties with this man as well. Agree. Only solution, you gotta cut ties. When he says that's how men thinks, he means that's how I think, and I assume every other man does too. He's telling you he thinks a woman smiling at him is an invitation to sexualize them. He's telling you that it would be the woman's fault if he acted on it. He told you that you should not expect anything different from a man. When he is angry at you for letting another man stare at you, he is showing that he sexually objectifies women and sees them as property, and honestly, you don't need any of that. This is the kind of person who does not act based on someone else's wishes, boundaries, or empathy. They act based on their own wishes and gratification. The moment he thought you were over, he told you how he really felt. He sees you as a joke. You are not a joke. Do not waste your time on him. And this has 25,000 upvotes. Not overreacting. Not only are you not overreacting, but the way you handled that was fire. You are so awesome. I read the text first, and I want you to know that I assumed you were much older. I was thinking late 20s at least, and I was thinking queen, and then I read your age, and wow, please keep that energy. I wish I had known how to handle this sort of thing at your age. I would have avoided so much garbage and found someone great much sooner. And let me say this. I grew up with sisters, right? I have 4 sisters. I have 2 stepsisters and 2 half-sisters. And I hear a lot of the runoff from these dudes. I am on the receiving end of a lot of crazy text messages. I've seen guys being their manipulative selves, being their dumb selves, and trying to fight their way into a relationship or keeping someone, or it's this like imagined circumstance of like, I'll fight for you, baby. Like, this is real romance. We had our ups and downs and blah blah blah. It's like people are so misguided, dude. People are so misguided. You know what a great relationship is? A great relationship is a peaceful one. In my lived experience, a great relationship is a peaceful one where you get to hang out with your best friend, love each other, you watch shows together, you eat popcorn, you go try out new restaurants. That's a great relationship. A great relationship isn't seeking to overanalyze your partner's behavior and then try to adjust it, All right, you know what? We're going to go over to eye bleach for a brief second because this is crazy. We're going to look at this here. We've got a watermelon. We've got a little dog. It looks like Scooby-Doo. Oh my God. Oh, there's more. Oh, there's little puppies. Oh my God, look at this scruffy one. Oh, I like that scruffy dog. Oh my goodness. This is like a little Doberman kind of mix. They're so happy. I like how when every one of them goes in for the initial bite, their tail wags. Genuinely, I feel so much happier now. All right. Am I overreacting? My roommate is acting weird. Does anyone else agree? Please stop leaving these notes. Shut the F up. Use your words and talk to me. I knocked on your door twice. I seriously don't understand the issue. I don't listen to anything without my earbuds. I sleep at 9 p.m. I'm barely here. I follow all your rules. You know I don't have the luxury of leaving. They say, stop stealing my money. You keep going into my room and stealing my money. My father gave me this money after the war. My father was a scientist and he served our country and he was smart and godly, and stop stealing my money. I gave you final warning. I gave you warning. Your people always steal and steal and steal. You yell all hours all day. You are always screaming about Shannon and how she is your daughter. Bro, what the hell are you talking about, respectfully? Are you good? You have me concerned, man. You never leave your room. Are you okay? Do you want to talk about it? Question mark, question mark, question mark. I'll be home until 8. We got somebody with psychosis. We got somebody having a psychotic break. It could be a freaking brain tumor. I'm speculating so much today. I'm sorry. Y'all are just here for the stories. I'm just, God, it could be anything. And then a roommate said, last warning, with a skull. The F is this supposed to mean? So I'm getting that this person's having a psychotic break and you need to call somebody on them. You gotta call somebody, like, find out their parents' phone number or something, or, scrub through their Facebook or their Instagram and see anybody who's related to them and just send them these messages. Because you're in danger. You got to figure out what's going on with this other person, and they're in danger. They got to figure out, they need help ASAP. Right now. Then, also, let me say this one more time. I am just a boy with opinions on the internet, okay? Don't take my word for any of this stuff. I'm just having fun reading this stuff. I'm speculating out loud. That's why you watch this, because I'm a goofy boy who speculates. You know what I'm saying? So these just my opinions, man. I'm going to have good takes. I'm going to have bad takes, and whatever it is. We're just all talking and thinking out loud. That's how we grow as a society, as we listen to opinions of people different than ours. But let's continue here. It says, how's it, everyone? Could use your input on this situation. I'm not from the States, if that matters. So long story short, he has all these Post-it notes. Literally, the entire house is littered in them. Bathroom hours, 9 to 3 p.m. and 7 to 8 p.m. Kitchen hours, 9 to 3 p.m. All over the house, notes to himself, by himself, reminding him to do stuff. Notes in different languages, like I think Greek, maybe Chinese too. He's white. I don't know if he speaks those languages, but I've never heard him speak it. He only really speaks English and Afrikaans in the house, Afrikaans being a language in South Africa. This all started like a month ago. I've been living here for a few months. Honestly, I barely see him. I'm super quiet. I keep to myself. I'm living on a dwindling savings, but I spend all day looking for work, applying for jobs, etc. I'm disabled and used to be homeless, but recently got back on my feet, and this was the only place I could afford. He owns the house. Again, I don't really know much about him. I'm just getting really concerned, wondering how to proceed here. I haven't stolen any of his money. I never yell like he yells. I literally hear him at random times just yelling nonsense or whatever. Bro, I literally wake up with a new note under my door, and then today, this effing note with the skull? Should I just effing leave at this point and deal with the streets, or am I overblowing this? Yeah, find somebody ASAP. This guy's losing his mind. Top comment here, 7,000 upvotes. They say, I had a neighbor who ended up having some schizophrenic issues. It was sad to watch because we had lived across from each other for a few years and she and her girlfriend were a cute couple. But once the slide started, it just got worse and worse until they broke up and she had to be committed for a while. I don't know what happened after, but her parents came to move out her stuff. Because she was right there and my window faced her door, I saw every time she came outside to get lost and start her rants. People like this usually scare the crap out of me, but I think because I knew at her core she was a sweetheart, I wasn't as scared after the first day. I found the best way to help her get back was to listen, and I don't want to say play along with her delusions, but rather ask questions about them. She was very excited about the cat people, and so I would always ask more about it. I suppose it's like talking to a toddler talking nonsense, or like helping somebody having a bad trip. You don't want to ask anything negative or pull them into a fear space as much as roll with it a little. I absolutely suggest finding help and support for your roommate if you can, and also getting out if you can. But in the meantime, do some research on how to work with people like this so you're just in a better space to deal with it when it occurs. Have some pre-planned questions to ask. And then the reply to that here says, to echo all of these, as someone in healthcare who has worked with schizophrenic patients, this is very much sounds like an advent of active psychosis. If your roommate doesn't have a known history, if you guys are young adults, the first symptoms often start late teens to early adulthood. Don't question or dismiss them / play into it, but you can explain yourself or state something such as, I thought I was being at a reasonable volume. You have heard yelling. Can you tell me about it? Or something more open-ended. Could outright ask, what can I do to make you more comfortable? If you know any family this individual has, they really need support. If not, watch yourself and just know any acting out is because they are having active delusions and or hallucinations. Command hallucinations are an emergency. If they say anything about being told to hurt themselves or somebody, get some help. Edited to add, can call law enforcement for a psychiatric emergency and support services. Check out NAMI if it is anything within your ability to deal with. Good luck. And the NAMI, let's see what that is. NAMI is the National Alliance on Mental Illness. Okay, that's very nice. All right, am I overreacting? Girlfriend intentionally stopped taking her birth control pills. What was there a result? All right, let's see. Hi, baby. I miss you. Can you please come home? I have started taking my birth control pills again, I promise. Forget everything I said. I want to be with you, and if that means having no kids, then so be it. Guy responds with, if I come back home, can we use condoms from now on? She goes, but why, baby? We don't need them. I will never do that again, I promise. I can't, is this real? That's crazy. Is she trying to get knocked up, dude? She's trying to freaking get knocked up? So the fact that he goes, can we use condoms? She's like, but why? It's like, oh, whoa, that's a major red flag. Oh my God. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. Just a little context here before we keep going. So me, 21 male, and my girlfriend, 34 female. We're just going to keep that in mind as we continue. You betrayed my trust and you're acting like it's no big deal. It is a huge deal, and I'm sorry I was so stupid for doing something like that. Please forgive me. I can forgive you, but that doesn't mean I'll ever feel comfortable having unprotected sex with you again. Fine, whatever you say. Please just come back home. Babe, are you still staying at blank? What it seems like is that she's going to do whatever she can to get pregnant right now. She's 34. It's on her mind a lot. She thinks it's time to get going. She's going to use this 21-year-old kid as a sperm donor. Let's keep reading. So me, 21 male, and my girlfriend, 34-year-old female, have been dating for 4 years. And I've been living together for 3. Hold on a minute. You're 21 minus 4. Let's do quick math. 21 minus 4. Here we go. Ready? 20, 19, 18. Okay, 18, 19, 20, 21. He could have been 18, but I don't think so. I think he was 17. That's what I think. He was 17 or 18, and she was 30 when they first started dating. Early on in our relationship, she had asked me if I ever wanted to have kids, and I clearly stated that I didn't. Okay, because you were 18 or 17. She was okay with this as she had always been on the fence and was on birth control since the start of her relationship. As far as I know, she was always responsible when taking her pills, but a week ago, I found her pill pack with at least 6 pills untouched. I got super nervous, but I had to leave for work, so I decided I would talk to her about it when we got home. I bring home a pack of condoms, and she gets visibly upset, asking what's wrong. I gently tell her I found out she had missed some of her pills. Let me say this, though. Sometimes people get off of their birth control pills because something's going on. It's like it messes with your hormones. You know, it could fluctuate your weight, whatever. But if you do that without communicating to your partner and you have an active sex life, danger! Danger afoot! Okay? She told me I shouldn't be going through her things, and I told her that I wasn't, that I was just looking for something and found her pill pack by accident. She told me that it's true that she's missed some of her pills and that she was going to tell me, but that we didn't need to use condoms because nothing was going to happen. Hey, you know what? I got a loaded gun. I'm aiming it at you right now, but relax. Nothing is going to happen, dude. Relax. I know my finger's on the trigger. But you need to relax. Nothing's going to happen. I told her that I didn't feel comfortable with that, and she said she'd rather not have sex than have sex with a condom because it doesn't feel the same. I tell her, fine, then we can do other things to be intimate while she gets back on track. We start watching a TV show, but I can tell she's still upset, so I ask what's wrong. She starts telling me how all her friends are getting pregnant and having kids, and that if she ever wants to have some, she better start trying now. Okay. So here she has revealed her intentions. Her intention is to get freaking pregnant with this guy who doesn't want kids because he's 21. He just got allowed in bars. He hasn't even started his life yet, really, you know? This obviously catches me off guard, so I tell her that had never been on my plans. She tells me she just recently started thinking about it after we had attended 2 of her friends' gender reveal parties and admitted she has been skipping her birth control pills on purpose. I told her I needed to get some time to think about our relationship and went over to stay at a friend's house. It's now been a week since I left, and she's begging me to come back, but I honestly feel betrayed. Good, you should. She's betraying you. She's trying to trick you into having a kid, dude. Run away. Run away. It's not going to fix itself magically. You got to go. And also, this is your first adult relationship. You started dating her when you were 18 and she was 30, bro. Go. Go. It's now been a week since I left and she's begging me to come back, but I honestly feel betrayed. Plus, I'm super nervous that I might have already gotten her pregnant due to her missing so many pills while we were having unprotected sex that whole week. Am I overreacting for thinking I can never trust her again? Do I just go back home and forget this ever happened? Let's see what some of the comments say. Top comment here says, please leave. It's not worth it. This is not something that you both will be happy with. She will always want kids. You won't. Yeah, okay, that's true. Aside from the whole, like, the mistrust and all this stuff, the her lying about being protected and all that stuff, ultimately, she wants kids. You don't. And she's got to get started now. She's not wrong. She, in her opinion, she's got to get started now. Why not find a partner who wants that as well? Don't waste each other's time. Just leave it alone, So find someone who doesn't want kids and let her find someone who does. Edit, I didn't read the ages, just the text. Now, F her. She doesn't deserve any kids given the fact that she's a groomer and definitely a predator. Op needs to leave like yesterday. Op, no further conversations with her. She wants a baby. She does not care for you. I cannot stress this enough. I, 59 female, have seen this scenario play out in real life. Screenshot that text conversation and keep it. Block and delete her on all social media. If possible, change your address and make sure no one tells her where you live. It will hurt like hell, but you must do it. Yeah, wow, what a wild situation here. No, she's trying to literally use you like a sperm donor, dude. It's so obvious. And top comment here is, a 30-year-old woman dating a 17-year-old boy is weird. Skipping birth control to baby trap your partner is weird. Lying about skipping birth control to baby trap your partner is weird. Her texts are weird. She doesn't sound like a 30-something-year-old woman. As a 30-year-old woman, all I gotta say is, buddy, you've got your whole life ahead of you. Get out before she does some weird shit. Yeah, no, this is bad. It's bad. Run away. You gotta run. Bye-bye. You gotta go. Yep. That's all I gotta say. That's all me gotta say. But look at these bunnies, though, huh? Look at these cute little bunnies, am I right? This one's got a little bunny butt. This one sniffed the bunny butt. Now it looks like kind of a hamster almost. Anyway, outro.